Calcutta. Wow. Got to India 4 days ago. Had the shits for 2 days. So I haven't really had a good chance to have a look around. But spent hours and hours wandering around the streets.
New market, sir?
No thanks. And I've got to say, I've never been anywhere like this. Let me qualify that by saying I've been to India twice before. Been to Rajasthan, been to Delhi, been to Punjab, been to Goa, been to Karnataka. What'd you say? Been to Varanasi, I'm just been told by this lady here. She's had the shits too, by the way. But I've never been anywhere quite like Kolkata. It's extreme. And I can't even explain what I mean by that. It's just everywhere. There's a guy there with no fingers. The poverty, the decay, the hectic nature of it all. And I'm coming across as being very negative. However, I kind of like it. It's so bloody interesting. It's hard work, but it's interesting work. The people are lovely, really friendly. It's got a reputation for intellectuals, Calcutta. And I think that has been borne out by the people we've met to a certain extent. Anyway.
Hello.
This is our first real day of exploring. We're off to the Indian Museum now, hoping that one of us doesn't soil themselves. We have made it to the Museum of India, which is apparently India's largest museum. It's not very large. The exhibits are lackluster, I'm afraid. The building itself is magnificent. A magnificent example of colonial architecture that is decaying. It's sad to see. Behind me, pride of place, in the most important, auspicious location in the museum, as far as I can tell. Here we have, I'll walk over there, a statue of Queen Victoria. I'm sure she looked like that. Oh, the irony. In a country with this much history, almost unrivaled, this is the best they can come up with. What a shame. Feeling a bit better today, so we've come to the Botanical Gardens, and behind me is the biggest banyan tree in the world. Or so I'm told. Apparently that's all one tree. It looks like loads of trees, but anyway, still quite impressive. It's quite nice. It's certainly an oasis in the middle of an otherwise hectic city. 300 rupees to get in, and yes, not bad. Yeah, I like it. Just come down to the river. It's not warm. You know, you want a couple of layers on. And this river probably isn't clean. So there are people cleaning their teeth, doing their daily ablutions, doing their daily devotions. It's a tough life, all right. Just walked over the Howrah Bridge, which hardly makes me unique. There's about 150,000 people walk over this bridge every day. It has highlighted the pollution. Don't want to go on about it, but bloody hell, man. Let me see if I can capture it. I'm going to flip the camera. There you go, look at that. That's the other end of the bridge, up there, and it's totally hazy. That's about 500 meters away. See if I can point the camera up the river. Well, what river? The reason I described the Victoria statue at the Indian Museum as ironic is because she represented an empire that was not good to India, particularly cruel to the Bengali people and awful to the people of Calcutta. Calcutta was the capital of the British Raj, the British occupation of India, and here we find ourselves. Check that out. This is the Victoria Memorial. When you talk to people here, they're pretty unequivocal about their opinions of the British occupation. They don't regard it as a good thing. I'm going to put a link up here, if I know how to do it, to another YouTube that explains the truth of the British in India. Anyway, as a traveller, because this is a travel blog, not a history blog, you got to come here, you got to come to this magnificent edifice to opulence and admire this legacy. And is it appropriate? There's a statue of Caligula, famously the worst, most cruel of all emperors. Inside the memorial building itself, on the upper floor, there is an exhibition to the struggle for Indian independence, which is something, I suppose. We found the public transport within the city to be reasonably good. It's certainly very cheap. The metros are, they're good. Yeah, very easy, straightforward. The ferry on the river, we took that. That was, once again, cheap, easy, good. The buses are a bit of a gamble. You're never really quite sure where they're going. You just jump on them and hope for the best and pay whatever you're told to pay. But once again, so incredibly cheap that it doesn't really matter. What do you think about transport around the city?
It's a good transport system. You can get around easily.
There you have it. Right, we're going to be cruel now and make one of these dodgy rickshaw guys drag us all the way up to the train station. How do you feel about this experience?
I'm not very comfortable with it.
Right, well, why are you doing it?
Because you want to do it.
What a massive liar. This was her idea. Right. Here we go.
Oh, that is so.
How's this feel?
This feels really. This feels really cruel.
So this guy pulling us, he looks about 150 years old. But I suppose, to be fair, he'd rather be doing this than not doing it. But bloody hell, man. Hard yakka. No brakes on this, you know, it's all pure muscle. But we'll give him a good tip after this. Alright, we're now going the wrong way. Up a one-way street. God, he's millimetres away. He knows the size of his bike, like to the millimetre. He never crap bashes into anything, he just misses it by a tiny amount. Look at him. I don't know what he's on about. He's the king of the road though. Look at that. Oh, look at him. Bloody hell. I do feel a little bit guilty about not having a thinner girlfriend.
I'm a little bit thinner from when I arrived.
This really does feel like we've gone back 100 years. We're at the metro. It's the wrong metro, but never mind. There she goes. There you go. Yeah, I'll take that. Very good. We are no longer in Kolkata anymore, but while we were there you took a series of really nice street photographs. Anyway, what did you think of Kolkata?
Oh, it smacks you in the face when you arrive. No matter how much preparing I try to do, it is an assault. It is crazy busy with people. It's quite closed in. There is pollution that you can taste, but it's also really interesting. There is something interesting to see every single turn of the head. Would I say it is a place I would rush back to? No. Is it a place I'm pleased I have been to? Yes. A lot of people have asked me as a woman how I feel and do I feel safe? Totally. The people are really good. You never feel intimidated, never feel afraid. But will I rush back? No, not quite yet. This beach is really nice.
It is nice. I would say that as a backpacker destination, Calcutta's a bit on the edge. It's for the adventurous. Would I rush back? No, I wouldn't. After we left Calcutta, we met an Italian girl here in the Andaman Islands, who said that Calcutta was her favourite place in India. I kind of get it. It is an interesting place. The people are lovely. I'll leave you with this quote that I heard once. Brutal places make brutal people. If ever I believed that, I don't anymore. Because Calcutta is a brutal place. But the people were lovely.